Why, hello everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday evening meditation. I am Reverend Rob Banaszak, and I see I've got some camera issues. Let me fix that for us here. There we go. And I know my colleague and friend Brenda Paradisa, who is on with us tonight, is feeling the pain right there. So anyway, thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here tonight. It is the night, it is the time during the week that we take a moment to be in the stillness, to reflect on where we have come from in the last week and where we might go. With the guidance from this beautiful deck of cards, which I use each week, called the Earth Magic deck. And I like us to consider this meditation that speaks to us both individually as well as a collective, as a universal consciousness that is meditating tonight, or that may meditate in the future as they view, or as you view, the recording on YouTube. Which of course reminds me to remember to like, if you are watching on YouTube, to like this video, subscribe to our channel so that you can keep getting notifications about our videos and our services and our other events here at the Institute for Spiritual Development in Washington, D.C. So we will draw a card together. I'm going to ask everyone to kind of intentionally put their energy into these cards as I move them around. I can't say shuffle because that's not really what it is, for me anyway. And then I'll put the card up for you guys to see, for you guys to look at, and kind of get a really good feel for it as I read about the card. And then we'll discuss it a little bit, and then we will take some moments in the stillness. So I'm going to move the cards. If you just want to hold up your hands or just kind of think on the cards, and I will draw the top card so that you can know that I'm choosing the one for all of us, that I haven't reached in and chose one of my own for my own intuition, but I'm choosing one that represents all of us, and it's the top card from the energies that you have put into it. So here we go. I'm going to move them around. As I say each week, there are cards that we have had multiple times, and there are tarot cards in this deck that we've never had. And I move them around. I even drop the cards and put them back. So I know now that, in fact, when we receive this card more than once, we have got to rethink its message once again. All right, so let's see what our top card is for the day. It is... And this is one that we have had many times before. Volcano equals volatility. So this is our guidance for the week. This is the image and the words and the ideas beyond volcano and volatility that we want to focus on this week. I'm going to put the card on another camera so that you can look at the card as we review what the card has to say for us. So there it is. Volcano, volatility. I, for one, can consider myself pretty volatile. And so trying to harness it or to use it to create forward movement in my life, to advance and to mature in my expression of volatility is something that I continue to be challenged with. So, so I invite you now to take a look at the card, look at it closely, really pay attention to your visceral reaction to the card, to how you're feeling when you look at it, to what those words mean for you as I read about the card. And just pay attention, because when we go into meditation, you're going to kind of tap into your memory of the card and those feelings. So, volcano, volatility, vavavoom. And the page is actually getting kind of worn because we have chosen this card so many times. Go figure. It's a message that we clearly must receive several times. Pele is the goddess who lives on the big island of Hawaii, dwelling there in the craters of the active volcano Kilauea. She's considered passionate, volatile, and capricious, and is perhaps the best known of the panoply of Hawaiian deities. Since 1983, she has been sending ribbons of lava down the mountainside and into the sea, thereby creating new land. In this image, we see her subtle visage in the spewing fire of the volcano. In ancient Hawaiian chants, Pele is described as she who shapes the sacred land. And it's from this magnificent and powerful goddess being and her periodic eruptions that New Earth is formed as the resulting lava merges with her sister, the goddess of the sea, Namakahokahi. I got it right this time. The volatile and unpredictable nature of volcanic eruptions is widely known, and in spite of science's efforts at forecasting these blowups, they sometimes happen without warning. Whether the eruptions are slow and steady or violent and explosive, it's an unstoppable force, and one very dramatic way nature changes and shapes the land. And I'm so glad we got a goddess card this evening, because my friend Brenda is on with us tonight. Brenda has almost single-handedly brought the goddess into the community of ISD DC and has made her presence known and has helped us continue to tap into the wisdom of the divine feminine, in everything that we do. And so it says, this is a particularly volatile time for you. Unexpected changes, sometimes quite sudden and dramatic, are occurring in ways that you have absolutely no control over. These occurrences may be so powerful as to shake up what you formerly thought of as the foundations of your security. They may even cause you to reassess the direction of your life and what it is, where it is going, and what it is taking, to question some of your relationships, or to reevaluate the work you have chosen. Although these events may rock your world, know that spirit is the guiding force behind them. It is a matter of finding your trust that life knows what it is doing in the middle of these storms of change. It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and to not cling to what was, but instead move forward and welcome with your arms wide open what is yet to come, all from a place of being present in this moment. You truly have nothing to fear. So the choosing of this card and the message that I've read probably 2 or 3 times before this means something very evolved tonight. We've been having this very discussion about being in the present. In our book discussion group, we are looking at some of the lessons from A Course in Miracles. And so the one point that has meant so much to me and that I really want to continue to emphasize is that, as this book says, spirit is the guiding force behind them, these volatile changes. It is a matter of finding your trust that life knows what it is doing in the storms of these changes. So life knows what it is doing in the storms of these changes. And for me, it's evolving that idea to know and understand that if we begin to see and know the divine within and begin to look for our answers, not from the divine that is out here or in the atmosphere around us, but the one that is deep within inside us, the one that is truly the voice that is answering our questions or giving us the information that we need, then we can make an even greater leap if we have the courage to know that we've always had our backs. The divine part of us, that divine self, which frankly looks just like our human self, uh, has always had our back. I've always had my back. The divine in me has always had my back. So when things seemed like they were too much or too scary or just overwhelming, or that I've made mistakes in dealing with, that the divine self in me is always ready to go, hey, yes, this looks like a mistake, but do you trust me? And why don't you trust me? Because if you reflect on it, you know that I've always had your back. I invite everybody to take a moment to pull out this most wonderful new device that we can use to connect with ourselves and that divine self by using their phones. So wherever you would normally do mirror work to talk to yourself, which ends up being you just talking at the same time as that reflection back at you, I invite you to record you talking to that divine self and then have that divine self also talk back to you. Tell yourself you've always had your back. That in all the craziness, in all these sudden changes that are going on that you have no control over, that the divine in me always has my back through it all. It's very comforting. Play it back for yourself and feel the power of you talking to you. So with that in mind, let's move forward and get settled for some meditation. So wherever you are, and if you are at home, that's the benefit of doing this online. You can lie down if you would like. Just get comfortable. Begin to relax. I'm going to keep the card up. I'm going to invite you to, when I ask you to reflect on it, if you would like to remember that card, you just have to look at it and envision it. But it's there for you as we meditate tonight. So again, as we begin to relax into meditation, let's just start paying attention to our breath. We don't need necessarily to breathe together, but let's just take notice of the breath from where it is coming from. As we breathe in, what happens when it enters our body, and then again as we exhale. So just pay attention to the breath as it enters you, as you inhale, and then just hold on to it. Allow it to fill and nourish your entire body, all the way out to your fingertips and toes. And then exhale nice and slowly. Good, let's do that again. Take another breath in. As it fills our bodies, hold on to it, feeling it nourish and restore, and then exhale slowly. And one more deep breath. Inhale. And hold and exhale. as our breath returns to its natural space, to its natural state, allow yourself to become more relaxed with each intentional breath that you now take at your own pace. So every inhale, you relax, and every exhale, you relax more and more. Inhale and exhale, relaxing more and more. And now know that this breath, which we do instinctively, but which we now are paying attention to, is going to be our anchor to our world, while it holds us on our physical plane. We can take a journey to the ether and the spirit plane. And now, as we had been so intentionally paying attention to the breath, just allow it to keep doing what it does as it fades into the background. And as it fades into the background, we feel our body just release our essence into the ether, into the spirit space, where no time exists, where consciousness unites us. Where we can remember the sensations of our physical selves when we choose to, and be free from any negative experience of that same physical self that we may have held on to while we were in our physical bodies. Relaxing, feeling that essence, and then coming up in our mind's eye what that essence looks like in this spirit plane. Is it a light? Is it a nebula? Is it a cloud? Is it a comet? How do you sense your own essence in this plane? And as the tone fades, let us in our mind's eye remember the card as we viewed it. Remember how we felt as we saw the volcano on the card, and as we saw the eruption. And as we heard the words speak of the volatile time we are currently in, uprooted, perhaps it feels like chaos. Perhaps we have adrenaline rush from the chaos and this eruption. Perhaps this eruption has been long coming, has been the way that we have chosen to express what is deep inside, simmering and bubbling and ready to be released. What inside of us is in the process of the eruption? What has erupted? What is about to erupt? This is where we want to go this evening. So for the next few moments, just relax and open with courage and with curiosity into the deepest self, into that idea of this presence in the spiritual space that you have imagined for yourself. What is there? What is your volatility? Look at it honestly, without fear, knowing that you are in the safest place to explore. There's no one looking for answers from you at this point. It is just you, the stillness, and the volcano. We've looked, we've examined with courage, we've identified that volatility. We're facing it right now with love, appreciation, and with wisdom. With wisdom. With wisdom. And with this volatility, with this volcanic space that is inside us, in these moments we can think of how we can express this volatility, how we can use it to move us forward, to give us the voice that we have been waiting to use, to harness the power of this volatility, of this eruption in a way that confidently takes us to where we want to be. So that the collateral of all that is around us is only as the goddess Pele is doing, creating new lands for ourselves and for everyone around us. So just take the next few moments to reflect on how you might leverage this eruption to advance you, to move you forward, to find and express your courage and confidence. As that idea gets more clear, you want to claim it. You want to own it. You want to use it. This is the time to act. To not just take action, but to make action in our lives, for our good, for our spiritual fulfillment. We can do this. So get ready to release these ideas together. And in this stillness, know with clarity and confidence that we know exactly what to do because we have our own backs. And it is with this clarity that we choose to return. Enthusiastically, energized and inspired. Filled with love and respect for the divine self that always has our backs. And with this enthusiasm and inspiration, we suddenly find ourselves paying attention once again to that life-sustaining and affirming breath that has anchored us in the physical, in our bodies. We discover that inhale and that exhale. And this time, with every breath, with every inhale and exhale, we find ourselves more and more energized. It's an energizing that comes with it the relaxation that we've just entered. We're clear, we're confident, we're courageous with every breath that returns us to our physical space more and more. We feel ourselves re-enter our bodies, just dissolving right back to where we left them. We can feel the sensations again in our toes and our feet and our ankles and our calves and our knees, our thighs and our pelvis, our waist, our abdomen. We just feel it all returning. It's never gone anywhere. But as we re-enter our consciousness, as our awareness of our physical space, we feel physically renewed up through our chest and our shoulders, all the way out our arms and our elbows, to our wrists and out to our fingertips, which we can wiggle and feel. Up through our neck and our chin and our lips and nose and cheeks and eyes and ears and forehead and yes, our crown. The essence that we are physically, crowned by spirit. Now let us return fully, completely to our physical selves. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths and exhale them quickly. And then we'll open our eyes on the third one. So let us inhale and exhale. Inhale once more and exhale. And one last time. Inhale And exhale, let us open our eyes. And I welcome you back from that journey into the volcano that exists in all of us, waiting to erupt. I hope tonight you've been able to discover how to not be afraid of that volcano, but instead to leverage its power, to allow it to come out as an explosion, one that helps and moves and creates new lands for ourselves, because we've taken a moment to think about it before it actually happens. We're channeling all of it. That lava has a place to go as it rolls down the side of the mountain. So this week, call upon that image. Watch the recording of this meditation again. Take yourself there if you need to. But know that spirit, life, the divine self in us knows what it's doing. We know what we're doing. Let's remember it. Let's continue to remember it together. I invite you all to check the ISD website at www.isd-dc.org for our events coming up. We're trying a new time for our monthly psychic fair, which is going to take place on July 24th. We've got morning sessions available and evening sessions. We've got Bill Sanda returning for a wonderful Akashics Records workshop that will be done on Zoom. And we've got an important board meeting following our Sunday service this coming Sunday, which is the service is at 11, the board meeting's at 1. But we ask you to join us for service and to learn more about how we work and what our vision might be for the future. So until then, until I see you again, I'm signing off tonight. This is Reverend Rob Banaszak. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next week in this space. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.